Hey guys, this is Rob Caputo. I'm here at the Newport Car Museum in Portsmouth, Rhode Island.
After decades where technology, regulations, and the need for speed wouldn't combine, the modern American muscle car rose from the ashes to fly.
Yeah. Okay.
Hoped to sell 5,000 cars in its first year. But running the Daytona changed what the rest of America was thinking, and they sold nearly 500,000 cars before the civil war. The introduction of the American muscle car drag racing was taken to new levels. As kids took the covers outside TV, and speeds never seen before.
I would still buy a Thunderbird today if I found one of these in pretty good shape. Definitely. What a nice looking car. And that one that I found in Fort Lee that was for sale, I should have pounced on it when I saw it. It was in great shape.
Was it 57?
It was a 58, I think.
No, that's not the two.
It wasn't
the
this.
two-seater.
No.
No, 58. This was the last.
You know what? Yeah, it was a 57. It was a 57. What am I thinking? And it was white. And it's got probably like a half an inch of dust on it, just sitting in the parking garage.
This is our favorite car.
This is nice. I like the Thunderbird a lot.
It's the only car you'll be getting because you'll have a
What is that? Oh, that's just a 59 Cadillac. Wow.
Yeah.
Wow, look at the size of that. It's enormous. Oh my goodness. Look at how long that is.
Yeah.
That would not fit in a modern day garage. What year is that Chrysler, Aim? The 300. It's got to be about the same year. 57.
57?
Yeah.
That was 57 was the year of the Fins.
The fins, right. That's where they added these monstrosities over here, back here.
This was the only 57.
Chevy Bel Air, yeah. It was more modest.
America muscle van.
And that was Chrysler and Ford both had significant upgrades in 57. And Chevy didn't. This looked wasn't that much different than the 50.
Almost identical to the 56.
Well, a 55 and 56. It was still the same. The rear end design was different than stuff. But
They did add fins here, but it was definitely not quite like what you're seeing in the Cadillac. DeSoto.
Soto version of that one over there.
Mm-hmm.
And this is a Hollywood Cadillac.
58 Cadillac. Dorado.
And that's the 57 Chevy.
Mm-hmm.
This is the
58.
It still didn't have fins like the others.
No, not at all.
And that was that one was a major redesign over that one.
Absolutely.
But
It's a big redesign. Like an all new car.
But they wouldn't stop there. In 2017, the last Viper rolled off the assembly line to make room for the Demon.
Now we're moving into Mopar. This is Demon. Now, I did like the design of the Viper. The Viper was really unique. The wheels I could do without, but the design of the car was nice. What year did this come out?
I just read it.
95?
88.
It started in
Wait
88.
a minute.
It
Oh,
was
it's
conceived.
conceived in 88. Oh, this is a 95.
Yeah, these were really nice looking.
Now that,
The Roadrunner?
that basically kind of car was driven by the NASCAR.
Yeah, that was a
Stuff.
NASCAR.
Yeah.
Crazy. Now, was it typical for the street car to have that rear wing, or
It was an option.
it was an option?
This is the new section. I haven't seen this.
Wow. Well, that's nice. What year is this, Jeff?
56.
56?
It's a speedster.
Mm-hmm.
So,
So this is similar to the one that we saw on the boardwalk. Wasn't that a 56 Speedster?
I don't know if it's a speedster or not. But it doesn't have windows. It's got,
It's my
it
favorite
has
car. My favorite old Porsche.
side curtains.
Just side curtains.
And this was built at the request, really, of Max Hoffman, who was the U.S. importer.
Mm-hmm.
And he couldn't compete with Porsches against MGs and Triumphs because the Porsches were too expensive.
Okay.
So they built this stripped down version of a Porsche to sell to the club racers at a reasonable price.
Mm-hmm.
And now they're worth more than any other models.
They only made 3,600 of these. I expected that there to be more of these built. I mean, between 56
Oh,
and
that's this number, but that doesn't mean it's how many were
Right.
built. That's the number built.
yes, it's number built 3677.
The speedsters, maybe. Yeah.
Wow.
I've got records of that.
You have all the info on that? It's a beautiful color too. The white and red combination looks great.
Hardly any. Oh, there's one. 89.
Well, the earlier ones?
That's a speedster as well. That was just a model they made a few of.
Mm-hmm.
And at the end of the run of the original 911s.
Here's a Ren Sport.
They don't have any early 911s.
No, that's the earliest.
And that's the end of that series. It'll fit up and down the narrow.
This will fit through the narrow streets of Newport, right?
That's a car I want.
That's nice.
This is a cute little car that I like. And
Mark.
It's actually a convertible, like a Targa. It's not a convertible. Yeah.
Well, this, yeah.
I wonder what it's worth today. Cost $600. It's a BMW. Look at the pedals.
Yeah.
What's the one on the
I think
front?
that little Tyke has bigger pedals.
What's
They
the
made
one-
a lot of them.
What's the one on the right? One's a gas, what's the other two? Clutch and then what's
Clutch.
the other one? The brake.
Break.
And the brake.
Oh, yeah,
The
yeah.
brake is the one in the middle.
Oh, the brake.
Clutch is on the left.
They made a lot of them. Yeah. Yeah, because they're very European, because they were perfect.
Number 161,000.
I mean, when you go to Europe, actually, most of the streets look like Newport streets.
You're lucky you can get down to, yeah.
It's a convertible. Yeah.
I think it's really
And it's
cute.
only got 3 wheels.
And it's a Beamer. Come on.
How you doing? Good? Sitting comfy? Comfy? Yeah. That's right. You didn't discuss much. It's a Jaguar, huh? XJ 220. 220. It's really nice looking.
Like me now.
Right in the middle of the road.
So that one there?
Yeah. Yeah.
All right, let's go over and see the Corvette I'm gonna buy. This one right over here. Absolutely my color, red. The 2020 Little Tikes Cozy Coupe. First sold in 1979 as one of the first molded plastic toy cars sold in the United States. In 1998, it was called the world's best-selling car for much of this decade, outselling the Honda Accord and Ford Taurus. By 1991, the Cozy Coupe was selling 500,000 units per year, making it the top-selling model in the United States, outselling the 399,000 Accords and 299,000 Taurus vehicles sold that year. By 1997, its sales of 313,000 units in the U.S. and another 100,000 sold in the United Kingdom. In 1997, we would have made it the 5th best-selling car in the U.S. amongst real vehicles. That's funny. $54.99.
The bottom orange part.
The car's design, described as a cross between a Volkswagen Beetle and the Fred Flintstone's vehicle, was created by Jim Muriel of Cincinnati-based Design Alliance, who had worked as a designer at Chrysler starting in 1952. Wow. I'm sure he's proud of this one. Very cool.
That's cute.
What a-
I should have guessed.
It looks like a water.
That looks like, it's just unbelievable.
It's a waterfall.
That's crazy.
2018.
Yeah, this is newer.
Was it worth 453,000?
It's so wide.
I don't think I've ever seen one of those on there. You see that really?
You might see this on a trailer, not typically
You
driving.
see the really expensive Porsche ones on there every once in a while.
I don't think I'll see something like this. This is rare. See how it just curves in, and the airflow just goes right out through the back, behind the tire.
Yep.
Number 26 is here in Newport Car Museum. Yes, it's grandson. Number 26.
That's a 2019.
Race cars based on them?
I think so.
Yeah, it's a GTR.
Right, it's a GTR. Look how long that hood is. Yeah, I like the color too. Here's the Corvette section.
Right here.
Whoa. Got a lot of Corvettes in here. It's a 54, not a 53. In the middle. Gotta put a 53 in the middle there. Oh, there's my vet right there. The 57's nice though.
One of my friends had one of these.
One of your friends had that?
Yeah, and
A 57?
yep. And I rode with him out to when he traded it in on a what did he traded it in on an Alpha.
Mm-hmm. He traded this in for an Alpha?
Yeah.
Which Alpha was that? Do you remember?
It was Julietta, I think.
Julietta? Yeah. It makes sense.
But that was the only Corvette I ever drove. Was his. After he traded it in, he let me drive it.
After he traded it, he let you drive it. Oh yeah. How did it drive? Did it feel nice?
It was just a beast.
I mean, it looks good.
It was a beast.
Yeah, I'm sure it drove. It just really does look nice.
Yeah, my other friend Dave,
Mm-hmm.
he had one of these.
He had a 63,
It was blue.
a blue one.
With split window coupe. And
Yeah, the split window is a little bit more rare, right? Because
they only made it for
it
one.
was 1 year. It was the 63, correct?
And so he bought that,
Mm-hmm.
and he was a technician, in a design place in there's a big handprint on it. But he had it about a year, and he couldn't afford it.
Oh no!
And so
Decided to get rid of it.
he sold it, and he bought I think he just let it go back.
Mm-hmm.
And he bought a 62 Porsche Notchback, and the Notchback 356 was a car. It was made by Carmen.
Mm-hmm.
There were like 3 different companies that made Porsche bodies back in those days. This was a Carmen body that they were building to be convertible,
Okay.
and they did such a poor job of it, it wouldn't survive as a convertible, so they had them put tops on them.
Oh, they put tops.
They welded
on
on tops.
Oh, they welded the tops on.
Oh yeah, they had to be welded. I
Oh,
mean, they had to
geez.
be to add
The rigidity that it
give the
needed.
structure to it. And so for a long time, those were kind of the cheapest, not interested. Now, if you have one, it's worth more than anything else. 'Cause
And they got rid of the split window because people had a hard time seeing through that,
yeah,
right?
I don't know.
It was a visibility thing.
I don't know why they did it. They made
I
it for a
think
year.
I believe that's why they got rid of it, but it does look a lot better.
Yeah.
It's really nice.
Now that didn't have a split window because it had plastic.
This doesn't have a split, right? They just custom made this so that it was raceable. What a beast! Oh, we go to Corvette, from Corvette to Ford, Chevy to Ford, the Mustangs. The-
Oh, even Ford
yeah,
GT.
there you go. This is really a beautiful display. And the blue neon lights underneath the displays are really cool looking. Oh, Pantera. This was a 3-year, 71 to 74 Pantera. It's expensive for the time too. $10,000 MSRP. Beautiful looking car though. Pininfarina design, right? Interior.
You're kidding.
Oh, this is a recreation.
$9,500 cash. Well, you weren't going to get a loan.
That's one of my favorite cars right there. The 65 Shelby Coupe. Can I walk through here? It's modest horsepower. It's only 290 horsepower, but it goes 0 to 60 in 4.4 seconds.
And the winds kept coming. As Shelby and Ford were winning their battles against Ferrari on the racetrack, Ford was losing to Corvettes on the streets of America.
We got Coupe to call me one day, and he says, Shelby, I want you to come back and talk to me about building a hot Mustang. And I thought, oh, this is a secretary's car. took it out and tested it, and sure enough, it'll blow the Corvette song.
To market the cars, Shelby made a training video.
Most people who enjoy motor racing find the more they learn about it, the more they study good driving techniques, the more interesting the sport is to them.
And this is more. This is a 2016.
Yeah, I don't know why they did this. Targets were never popular. Popular back in the day, so they decided to make it
Like a Targa, almost like a convertible Targa, right?
Yeah, well, it's just got a storage place.
All right, right, it's got a soft top rather than a hard top.
And automatically.
You didn't have to store the hard tops.
You still have to, I think you still have to keep this out of here manually.
Right, and put it on. It doesn't raise. I don't know, there's a bar there.
I bet it goes, I bet it does it all automatically, because there's all that
Yeah.
Yeah, there is a bar there.
mechanism back there.
Yeah, I think that one goes up.
That's better, because the old Target, you had to take off the top and put it right somewhere.
Yes, right, and hope it doesn't rain while you're gone, because it could be in the garage at home.
Well, no, it fits.
Oh, if it
Oh,
was
it
that?
did?
Oh, I didn't.
That Mercedes-Benz all the way in the back
Oh,
there.
I didn't.
Don't ever get rid of that.
A 1963 Mercedes-Benz 300 SL. That's a beautiful car. Specs. This is such a nice looking car. And you see like how these, the hood has those humps.
Yeah.
I don't know if you ever noticed on ours. Ours has the humps on there too. Yeah, so it's kind of a throwback.
Except the SLR was a coupe.
It was a coupe. Yeah.
That was the best. That was the.
Yeah. And this detail over here, you know, they carried that over into some of the newer models also. Well, they haven't changed much, huh?
Well, it didn't change at all until 1990.
Until 1990.
He says what it was worth then, I wonder what it's worth now.
The P1800 was the one that Irv Gordon had. That's the guy that came over to the Red Mill Museum, and he had 3 million miles on it
3
at the
million
time.
miles?
He was the one that traveled all over the world.
Oh, wow.
Yeah, he passed away a couple summers ago when he was overseas. It was a nice looking car. His was red.
The Sid's was blue, I think I remember, like a baby.
There's an old Benz.
That's the first car.
It's the 1886 Benz, first car, first motor car. I'm sure that's arguable, but I'm sure this has got to be the first documented car, right? Number 22, huh? Wow. This is the Mercedes-Benz Mclaren SLR. Specs on that. 0 to 60 in 3.4 seconds. That was in 2008.
This one got overpowered. 900 horsepower. It's $1 million when it came out.
What's like regular horsepower for like our cars? So was it race?
This is a 918 Spider. That I believe that used to be sitting right here. They moved it over. This is a
It says e-hybrid.
this is a hybrid.
The hybrid too?
Yeah.
7-speed.
I love the red inside. That's the one. I wanted it. There was a BMW with a red inside and a white outside. I love the red. Oh, it's the MSRP was 847,000.
That's it? 814,000? It's chump change.
Compared to what it's worth now, right?
Yeah, right?
They said one of them over there is worth $30 million. That's right.
Here's a P1800. Now that was a Bond car, right?
What?
That was a James Bond car at one point?
No,
I thought the P1800 was.
No.
For like one movie or something.
I don't think so.
Let's see if it says anything here. Yeah.
I've seen that quote before.
Not just enough traction.
Yes, yes, 'cause the snow, yes.